Let's redefine luxury at home. What actually makes the home feel luxurious? And the key word here is feel. Luxury is comfort, being able to relax, calm, intentional space. So let's talk about some small changes, objects, and rituals that will help you transform your space into something more luxurious. Hi, I'm Maya. I'm a designer and I help you create intentional interiors. And today I want to redefine luxury home and show you that it's about what you choose more than how much you spend. Luxury is comfort, it's calmness, it's the feeling that you get in a space that is well designed and that calms your nervous system, that helps you relax and that makes you feel better. Even though quiet luxury is connected to status symbol, I really like the idea of investing in higher quality that is more for our benefit than for show. I think that luxury isn't about aesthetic, but how space makes you feel. And when you look at fashion, these are really simple items of clothing that don't shine with logos and that don't scream with logos, that are subtle but help you to look really put together, elegant, and most important, they will serve you for years because they are high quality pieces. And I think that we should take this approach and use it in our homes. For me, luxury is a concept of quiet home, a home that makes you feel peaceful, that doesn't overstimulate you, that's visually and psychologically calm, and it doesn't have to be expensive. A lot of high quality objects, especially for home, are available secondhand or vintage, and these are pieces that were made to last decades, not only one season. And actually, this is the next point that I want to make, that luxury isn't seasonal. It avoids the trend noise. It focuses on conscious curation of the space and of the objects that we have in this space. It's achieved through investing in high quality and thinking really specifically and choosing really intentionality things to your space, not impulse buying and fast trends, fast furniture, because the same as with clothing pieces, you want items and you want pieces that will serve you for decades. So it's this cliche saying to choose quality over quantity. And if we talk about specifics, it's choosing natural materials that are better for our bodies, our mental health, over synthetic ones. It's about choosing objects that reflect our personality and opting for things that will suit us over the years. It's something connected to our hobbies, our personality, to how we live, instead of being inspired by a magazine that doesn't really reflect our needs for the space. It's also about avoiding harsh chemicals, about avoiding cheap finishes, low quality finishes, and cheap textures. These are the things that you can feel, and this luxury is found in these details. I think that minimalism is also a luxury, and choosing fewer but more meaningful items, more higher quality items, consciously curated, not only adds this intentionality to the space that you are creating, but also it helps you to keep the visual chaos lower, because if you have less things, it won't build up. Also, it reduces some decision fatigue when you have only the items that you love using and that you will be able to use for a long time. and many occasions. So if you want to implement this feeling into your space, this luxury into your space, next time you are cleaning or decluttering, go through your things and think of things in a multisensory way. How will they make you feel? The same goes for any purchases that you want to make. Before you buy something, feel it. Is it heavy? Is it light? Is it warm? Is it cold? How it makes you feel? What it will add to your space? Is it necessary? Look at the quality of the piece. Think if it will serve you many years, or is it something that will break easily? Also, when you think about comparing two fabrics, for example, blankets, you are able to feel the difference between polyester blanket and a cotton blanket. It's important to also check the label and what an object is made of, because it also says a lot about the quality of the piece. Our bodies are really aware of the objects that we surround ourselves with, and it's subconscious how we perceived many of these objects, and your somatic awareness can help you to know what feels good. I thought we could make a space reading of a living room to compare what makes it feel luxurious and what doesn't. What makes space more chaotic is visual chaos and cluttered surfaces. When you think about luxury interior, it will have multiple empty spaces because you need the breathing room in a space. So if we get rid of the clutter, we leave some surfaces empty. Here also what creates chaos and makes your room less elevated, some unorganized stuff. So if you have desk full of papers, if you have cables that you can see and they have their own life, the room will feel less expensive. Also, something that makes the interior feel more high quality, but actually doesn't at all connect to the price, is having furniture not touching the walls. If you leave some space between sofa and the wall, or when you have a table that doesn't touch any of the walls and you have breathing space in between and the things aren't cluttered and packed, it gives you this feeling that you have the space to do it, that you don't have to fill it up. It's a visual trick, but also it helps to keep the flow in the room. To have luxurious space, it has to have good atmosphere, a specific atmosphere that will be relaxing and beneficial to your well-being, to your mental state. First thing first, switch all the cold lights for the warm one. Warm light is beneficial for relaxation. It will help you calm down in a space, and it will make the space more inviting, more approachable, which could seem counterintuitive because luxury can be perceived as something from the distance, but I'm telling you, luxury is about comfort and feeling good in a space. So, warm light, heavier materials, richer materials, high quality materials, but balanced. If something is heavier, it often feels more luxurious and richer, so we can add heavier curtains, but paired with light sheer curtains. When you look at designer furniture, they often have this balance in between something heavy and something light. What comes to my mind is Neguchi coffee table. It has this beautiful sculptural legs and really thin glass top. And the contrast of these 2 gives you this feeling of richness, luxury. Also, here I have a tip that actually I'm not sure how to interpret, because I would say that the glass can make a space more luxurious, but only if you can keep it clean. So if you know that you have pets or kids that always smear your things, then avoid glass surfaces. It will be harder to keep up with and it will be really visible. So then it will lower the luxury aspect of your space. But if you don't have pets, or if you don't have kids, or if you clean a lot or have a cleaner and you know that it can be clean, then go for it and it will add this lightness. Glass also can be, in my opinion, a really interesting element in a space. It also shows your status that you are able to keep it clean. So let's assume that we are able to keep it clean and let's add the Gucci table. Last step for this space is focusing on textures and sensory comfort. So let's switch the synthetic other rack from natural fabrics. And if we look at before and after, you can really see how much the space changed. You know what? I would add one more thing: fresh flowers. Fresh flowers came to my mind because it's spring and I really enjoy fresh flowers. I don't think that fresh flowers are the most sustainable choice for your interior, but for me they bring so much happiness and so much intentionality into the space that it really influences my mood and my perception of the room and of my home. Do it seasonally, and I love spring because of the fresh flowers that just brighten up the interior. And this brings me to my next point, that luxury is also in the way that you are using the space and in everyday rituals, in everyday objects, just like the flowers. High quality bedding, a bathrobe, what cosmetics are you using, what scents you are bringing into your home, comfortable slippers, things, objects that you are using daily in your space that influence how you are feeling, even if you are not thinking about it. Slowing down in your space, removing things that bother you, obstacles, repairing when something is broken, keeping your home intact and enjoying it. Repeated sensory rituals help signal relaxation and safety to the brain. When you think about opening windows and letting the fresh air, letting some movement into your space, those flowers, which actually are the small thing, but they can really make your day and they can really make the space feel luxurious. Fresh fruits in a fruit bowl, observing the natural light indoors. These are really small things that make you feel intentional, make you feel relaxed and comfortable in your space. So how consciously are you curating your space? When you rethink this, then you will realize that luxury isn't only about the price of an object. And I hope that it will be easier for you to make your space feel more luxurious. If this video made you think differently about your home, send it to someone that you care about, that deserves this elevation of space too. As always, if you have enjoyed, then leave a like. If you want to see more from me, subscribe. Here's a video that YouTube chose for you specifically, and I will see you next time. Bye!